It's time for the show that brings the magic right to your speakers. Ears up!
Hey, what's up, everybody? EarzUp podcast. What's going on, my friends?
What's
it's almost
Valentines.
Yeah, Ryan's here again. It's almost Valentine's Day, Ryan.
It is.
What are you going to do for your loved ones?
Well, tonight I had to make an emergency grocery run, and so Lisa got some croissants for Valentine's.
You know, it's not Valentine's Day yet, right?
I know.
You have a couple of days. I mean, she's like, I don't know, early bird gets the worm and such like that, you know?
Yeah.
She got croissants, huh? She's lucky.
Yeah.
She's a lucky person.
And some flowers. That was nice.
So you did it early, because right now it's the 12th.
Yeah.
Just, you know, all
right.
You just do it early. Like, oh, I have bought this for you for Valentine's Day, but don't look at it for 2 days. Can she eat the croissants?
Where it's,
Can she eat them now, or does she have to wait until Valentine's?
you have to stare at them.
Yeah, see, that's what I would make Taren do. Like, you can't eat these now. No, it's not Valentine's Day yet. She'd be like, why did you get them? I was at the store. You want a gift? What are you going to want me to do?
Look, there's limited times where I go to the store. So,
yeah, dude, yeah. All right, that's fair, man. That's fair. That's all right. Taren and I, or not Taren, Alice and I are, Taren can't hear, so I'm going to say it. We're making we're doing portraits of Taren on these little, I got these little, like, first giant pack, these little tiny, you know, canvases, right? They're not that. And so I think I want to do that every year. I think that should be like an every year thing. And I don't know why, just because, like, I imagine like a wall behind Taren's desk of just like nothing but portraits of her own, you know, I'll say face in air quotes, because I don't know how to paint, much less draw. So already it's looking okay. I mean, it's over there. I'm not going to show it to you, but I don't know. It's fun. Alice looks like shit. So, I mean, oops, I forgot.
It looks beautiful.
I'll have to beep that out. Yeah, it looks terrible, but you know, she's 7, whatever. But yeah, anyway, so that's, and then, you know, for Valentine's, I have no idea. I don't know, but Taren has something for everybody today, because she's going to be talking about like the history of the relationship between Mickey and Minnie and, some other people. And I kind of forget who they were. And she first pitched this and I'm like, I don't know. It sounds real boring. I mean, like, what is there to do? What is there to talk about? She goes, I don't know. If it's good, I'll do it. And if not, then I'll do other stuff. I'm like, okay. And apparently she has like 6 pages on so Mickey and Minnie, and then like other people, like what their relationship, even, are they married or not? I don't truly know, you know, and like how they came together, and then a couple other characters, like how they got put together and why they were created. So I think it could be fun. I was like, all right, love it. Sounds great. So we'll be doing that when Taren heads over here. And then we're also waiting for Eric, although I probably should cut that out because I don't know if he's not coming on. I have no idea. I don't know what's going on, but we have Ryan here. Now, Ryan, I hauled you back in here. You were on the Secret Show a couple days ago, but I hauled you back in here because you have some exciting news, my friend.
I do have some exciting news. Today, day of recording, I launched a new podcast on this here network.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got, as we speak, 2 episodes out. By the time listeners hear this, I don't know why I say that. You'll hear 2 episodes because we're not releasing that often. But, yeah, so it is mostly kind of just a hangout podcast. The idea is there's some debate, right? The whole premise is based around a fantasy style draft where we pick a topic and we run through that topic, you know, serpentine draft, and get to talk about whatever the Disney topic of the month is. So the ones that are out right now is my episode 0, where we did kind of a meet the hosts, and I also maybe farmed topics from my co-hosts by having them draft topics on air. And then my first official episode, so episode 1, is attraction music, and we had Rob from Bantha Milk actually on that one as well. So
okay, attraction music, that sounds pretty good, man. Because that couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It was. I don't want to spoil the draft too much. You guys will have to go listen to it.
Right.
But there are some wild card picks in there. And yeah, Brian's in the chat. Brian is one of my other co-hosts on this show on Fantasyland Draft League is the name of the show. Brian's one of my other co-hosts. He will be appearing on the next episode, on episode 2. And then the other co-hosts are Olivia, who's also a listener here. You might have seen her in the Discord and that sort of stuff. Eric is also co-hosting with me, so
nice.
He had to add another to his belt of shows.
Yeah, he's not doing enough, and just first of all, if this now I'm gonna be the parent for a second, because if this interferes with his homework for this show, he can't be on your show anymore.
Right,
he has to also maintain his grades on my show too, please.
Yes, absolutely. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention our fourth co-host, which is David. He's coming over from Puny Pod. He hangs out with me on Puny Pod, but he wanted to do this show too. So
sweet.
I kind of cycle through them. I'm on every show, and then they're on kind of every.
That's the way to do it. You don't want to burn these other people out, these other schmucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to burn anybody out. Man, we must be rolling in the dough now, you guys. That's what we're doing. All the ads are selling on these. Whatever, dude. That's great, man. I love it. That's cool, dude. I love it. I love to hear it, and sounds good. I hope it goes well.
Yeah,
so you can go anywhere you find these shows on the network. It's right there, Spotify. But if you want to be ethical about it, is there an ethical podcast delivery system anymore? I don't know that. Even though our hosting
consumption under
there can't be. So disappointed, man. Now that TikTok is off my list, now that I got taken over, I'm like, I deleted the app. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But I sort of miss TikTok. I got a lot out of TikTok. I got a lot of joy out of TikTok. A lot of people really were like, it's full of hate. My feed was full of people growing plants, people cooking fun foods, and, some politics, of course. You got to, figure out what's going on in the world. But just fun, it was fun, joyful stuff a lot of the time. And I was disappointed. But now I'm on Reddit all the time. I hate the difference between Reddit and TikTok is wild. I mean, they're completely different platforms. Right. But there's just a lot of repetitive posting on Reddit. And then everyone is just has the most sarcastic takes to put out there on stuff. I'm can we just not? Maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm too old for Reddit. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
So edgelordy and just
it can be for sure. And some of this, here's my problem, and I've talked about this at length before. But I'm a rule follower, and I'm also someone who knows. I guess if I could have my druthers, I'd be like a museum curator. I can't paint the painting, but I know what looks good enough to go into the museum, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm good at. I feel like that's my brain work. So I see this crap that people post in these subs that I'm in. I'm like, why are you even posting? Use a Google search, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So I'm downvoting, and I'm like, stop. Yeah. I gotta remove myself from that. And I can't use Instagram because Meta is just worse than TikTok. So it's just, as far as they're, what they use my ad money for and what they use my profile for. So I'm like, what?
Vine's coming back.
Vine's coming back. Upscrolled is supposed to be good, although I can't figure out a good username. Skylight is okay. I don't know. There's a couple things, but I like that short form video content of just talking to people, and I'm a little disappointed that that it's gone, but that's okay. Whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah, I agree. I think short form video is one of those things that it's so good, but everybody now is cashing in on it, whether it's YouTube, which Alphabet is just as much of a mess as all of them, right?
Yeah, dude.
Or Instagram or TikTok or whatever you're looking at. Like, it would be nice if there was a decent short form video, because
yeah, and there are people trying, right? But it's early days for that kind of stuff. So we'll figure it out. And we'll find a place to be. I don't even take these. I used to take these videos and put them on YouTube. I don't even do that anymore, because just like the amount of people that it would take to get to that level of where you can earn a couple bucks off it is so massive. Like, you know what, dude? I don't think of the juice is worth the squeeze. So honestly, if you guys listening out there want to see the YouTube videos, I'll put them up. I just haven't heard. I've stopped and like no one said anything. So if you want them, I'll do it. I'll put them up and we'll have a good time. So let me know. Send me an email if that's the kind of stuff that you want. All right. Well, while we wait for what's her name, Taren. While we wait for Taren, let's do a little bit of news. Now, I had said before that we have a whole news show, right? Which, by the way, the first one was out a couple weeks ago. Seems to be people liking it, so that's cool.
Yeah, it was good.
That.
I liked it.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoyed doing it too, and that's really what it all matters. That's the only thing that matters. But I also did say if there was any pertinent information or important news that we need to cover, we'll do it on this show too, because I don't know, maybe some people don't want to do the news thing. Who knows? So a couple things I want to cover real fast. Number one, I was sort of right, but sort of wrong. Josh D'Amaro is now the CEO, the president or whatever he is of the Walt Disney Company. And Dana Walden is his president and chief creative consultant or whatever her title is. And it seems like there is sort of like this dual, responsibility thing going on. So I'm just going to say I was right. They have two CEOs now, guys. But that's exciting. I was talking to some people at the parks and they're like, yeah, cool, I guess. Good for him. But it doesn't really affect day-to-day business. Like no one's really expecting D'Amaro to, uproot anything, which I think is good. I think that's what you want in a CEO transition, especially for the stock, is just everything going as normal.
Yeah. Maybe clean up some of the bad stuff, right? Like figure out this art transition, which I don't know if we'll talk about that, but like, figure that out, figure out what the slate of movies are going to be and make sure you're marketing it right. Like incremental improvements this year before you get too crazy.
Exactly. And, also I'm just looking at the stock now because I like to do it every now and then. It's down. So when we recorded the news show, it was like $111. It's 104 right now.
Yeah. But
apparently they're borrowing a bunch of money.
The earnings report was bad on that day that Josh D'Amaro got announced. I think it was like...
Yeah.
Attendance was down, but earnings were up, I think, in the parks. And that's their biggest segment by it's like 60% of...
And that's what they want to do. They want earnings up and attendance down because everybody is complaining about how it's so crowded. But they're also complaining about how it's so expensive. So you can't have it both ways. You can't have it cheap and not busy. This is what's going to happen. I'm surprised that they have to borrow so much money. They're borrowing $4 billion or whatever. Maybe for the expansions, like for Disneyland Forward and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dubai park maybe also, because they're starting that already.
But they're not paying for that at all. I think that's all being paid for. I think the Dubai park is all they're getting paid. I think it's like the exactly. I think it's like the Tokyo park where it's all licensed out.
Interesting.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Anyway, crazy. Bloomberg explained that Disney may use the cash to repay debt as the company has $2.6 billion worth of bonds and loans due over the rest of this year.
Wow.
It added that the $4 billion could also be used to aid liquidity for increased shareholder returns and strategic investments. I guess they're doing all the ships. Like they're borrowing a lot of money, and so maybe that's part of why everything kind of dropped. Like you said, their earnings call. It's always amazing to me, like how they just have the parks as their wallet, and they can just dip into it whenever they want. It's like we're just going to push ahead, but we're going to raise the prices on the backs of the people who like. For me, I don't care about the brand at all. You guys know this. I love the parks, the history of the parks. I could give a rat's pumps about Mickey Mouse and like the movie. I don't care a single lick about any of that stuff. I just love the parks. And it's funny, like, let's take the parks money and we're going to throw it to make more animation. Like, I don't care. So for me, it's very cynical, all this kind of stuff. But, I understand I'm not the only person that goes there.
Yeah, I mean, I know last year was rough on movies, right? Like, I think they only had 2 movies crack $1 billion. But like the box office last year across the board was horrible. Nobody had a good movie last year.
Yeah, for sure. And I wonder what that is. That's probably a whole segment.
I was reading an article on it. Part of it is that that China has figured out how is making essentially replacements for comic book movies. So like all the comic book movies that are usually your tent poles, China has figured out how to make very similar movies, like not knockoffs or anything like that, but that appeal more directly to Chinese citizens. And so that whole market has basically been spoiled for superhero movies. So if you go and you look at like the superhero movies, they used to have these huge returns internationally and especially in China. It's all gone. It's all gone.
That's
and so your big earners are like your animation movies that they aren't replicating. And then like Avatar made over $1 billion. Avatar 3 made over $1 billion. So
yeah, I did read somewhere that like Cameron is kind of finding it harder and harder to justify making the rest of these movies because they're not doing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
It's going to be diminishing returns, right? Like,
absolutely.
Sequels always are. Like,
right, because everybody who saw the first one didn't necessarily like it enough to go again 10 years later or whatever it is, right?
It's pretty, but that's it. And that doesn't
carry. Yeah, but you know what? So are pictures of my feet, right? And that's really what everyone... No, anyway. Another thing that, speaking of pretty things, Brian, Disneyland's Haunted Mansion is now a wedding venue.
I saw this. So cool.
So if you want to do the destination wedding thing now, Haunted Mansion is part of your plans, dude. Which is pretty cool. I wonder exactly what it details. I couldn't necessarily read more into it, but this summer marks the first time Disney parks will host weddings at the iconic estate, though the event comes with a suitably spooky price tag. It'll be available from starting July, and couples can invite up to 25 guests. It says up to 25 guests, not including themselves. But yeah, of course not including themselves. That's why they're guests. What are you talking about? All weddings must take place before the park opens on July 1st. For example, the park opens at 8 a.m. The package includes an efficient transportation to and from Disney and resort hotels, light decor, and photography. Disney entertainment is a requirement for the location. Okay, I don't know what that means, dude. Yeah, so there you go, man. And then so, presumably you used to be able to do it like in front of the castle, I guess, right? So now you can do this.
This looks cool. I mean, it's in the spot where all the lines kind of come together right before you actually go inside the mansion.
Yeah, like on the porch, I guess, for lack of a better, the rotunda.
Well, just down the stairs, yeah.
Haunted Mansion wedding package costs between $25,000 and $40,000. Which is so much, dude. Like, as much as you want these cool pictures and this cool experience or whatever, like that is a vacation and a small car. Like, you don't need, I don't know. That's a lot. The last thing Disney needs is $40,000 of your money. Early bookings are guided by the Disney wedding sales manager, blah, 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 blah. You can event planner, coordinator, yada, yada, yada. That's it. Kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean? It's really cool, and they've been stretching out some of the things. I know last year they announced, I think they are now doing weddings at Tower of Terror in Disney World.
Okay, that's sick too, dude.
They've been doing that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice.
By the way, I'm here.
Hi,
hello, Eric.
Hello.
And Taren's also here, since we're just going to introduce everybody.
Hi. I made it.
Everybody's here now.
We can
start the show.
You haven't started?
No, I'm kidding. I have started. Yeah. I don't know. That's would I do it? No. If I was a multi-millionaire, I still would be like, nah, I don't think 40 grand is worth it. I just don't. I don't know. Didn't we look at 40. Disney wedding destinations, Taren, at one point?
Sure. Yeah. Everybody looks.
Actually,
Actually-
yeah, that's true.
And actually, we know someone who had one and said that they would not do it again.
We do. Who was it?
Can
you say?
Yeah, I think so. My cousin's now fiance,
Your cousin's
Amber.
Your cousin's now fiance, Amber.
Oh
yeah.
Amber.
Okay. All right.
She had a first marriage, and it was she had a Disney wedding. And I think she liked it. Right.
Yeah.
I think she liked it, but like she just said it was so expensive. It was just a lot of money.
I find it hard to justify that kind of stuff. I really do. You know, our wedding wasn't cheap, but it was a 3-day affair.
It was cheaper than that.
I know. That's what I mean. Even for 3 days, I'm like, God, we spent a lot. Maybe it was too much money. I don't know.
And that's what we're thinking about for a 20th.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
You're going to
a Disney wedding?
Renew your vows?
We're going to renew our vows on top of Cinderella Castle.
Ooh.
How?
Yes. With the heli lift and everything?
Yeah.
No, wait, what?
What?
No, we're going to be like clutching one of the spires at the top while we do this.
Wow. They'll let you do that?
Will be there.
That's cool, dude.
It costs extra for the danger.
Mhm.
It's
It
worth
usually
it.
does. Yeah.
No waiver or no waiver?
Oh, no waiver. If we
Nice.
fall, we die. And
Oh, yeah,
Disney
dude.
has no. Disney, our families can sue Disney. So
So
Perfect.
waiver.
Unless they signed up for Disney Plus.
That's true. Yes. If you're a long time, if you're a pass holder, you get you're going to renew your vows, huh? At Disney wedding?
well,
Cool.
we'd like to.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, why
Yeah.
not? Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure I
Love.
just sat here and be like, I don't understand how people can.
Well, you can
You know,
still
like,
not
who
understand,
cares?
but some people love it. Some
Yeah,
people
no,
love that
you
stuff.
people still like each other, so why do you have to tell each other again?
That's what email is for.
Yeah. Hello, still love you.
I'm surprised that wasn't a commercial in the Super Bowl where it's like, you can now
Read
use
receipts.
Gemini AI to renew your vows online while your spouse is at their job.
Oh my God. Might as well have been. Honestly, if I could do our wedding again, but like experience it a little bit more.
With another guy?
No.
No. Well,
No.
then I won't say what I was going to say.
You're
Kidding.
just
I'm
stop.
kidding. All right.
I would do that. I thought it was so much fun.
I do our wedding again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like
no,
the party of
I'd
all
do it
parties.
We talked
totally
about
different.
this.
Oh, yeah. I
Totally.
would- yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah, we talked about this the other day where it's just like I was so scatterbrained and, I was off an anxiety medication pill and Sully brought really good beer. And it was over before 10 a.m. for me.
Well, and
I don't remember us. I mean, I remember a lot of it, but like we had so much to do
yeah.
for the ceremony. Everything was compacted and whatever, which is, kind of what a wedding coordinator will help you, do. And we opted to not do that. So it was kind of like, I didn't eat really, we sat down for 5 minutes. I made a really bad speech and then we went and took pictures and I don't know what happened.
Well,
yeah.
and our bartenders were hired by like the venue. And
they were awful.
well, because they did the recipe wrong.
Yeah.
So they used we provided all the ingredients and gave them the recipe. But
We made up 2 recipes specific for our wedding.
yes. And they used the wrong bottle of liquor for one of the recipes, which made it like a Long Island iced tea.
Mm.
So it was like liquor on top of liquor on top of liquor. Like it was a
Well, anyway, you
little
won't have
wild.
any of that at the Disney destination weddings if you want to do the Haunted Mansion. Well, you know what? I don't even need to kill time anymore because
No.
Taren is here, so
I'm
we
here.
can actually start our segment. What do you think of that?
I think it's great. This
All
is
right.
going to be, you guys are going to love it.
Nice.
I
Literally.
can't wait.
Yeah. All right, Taren, why don't you take us through the tunnel of love or some nonsense like
so-
that while I vomit in the corner, please?
Yeah. So this started as me kind of looking at the relationship between Minnie and Mickey
Mm-hmm.
and seeing what that was like. And somehow this turned into the psychology of Disney's classic romantic relationships. So
Okay.
for Valentine's Day this year, I thought we should examine the inner workings of some classic Disney relationships. We know Mickey and Minnie are connected, but what exactly is their relationship title? Donald and Daisy are the Ross and Rachel of their generation. And then there's Goofy and Clarabelle, who are the only bi-species couple of the group. Now, today we're going to get into the psychology of these couples. Which ones have a good chance of survival, which don't, and what are the romantic good qualities? Wow, I don't know what I wrote there. What
You
are the
okay?
Yes.
You good?
No, like I heard your typing in here and I thought it was my mic. So there's just things going on in my
okay.
head for a second.
All right. Uh-oh.
You have a very loud keyboard. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Well, that's why I muted my thing. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay. What are the romantic good qualities and which are detrimental? Before we can analyze them, we need to first understand each relationship in just a little bit more detail. So let's start with the most well-known couple, Mickey and Minnie. From the very beginning, Mickey and Minnie have been romantically linked. Their first appearance together was also their very first appearance at all, in the 1928 silent short Plain Crazy, followed quickly by Steamboat Willie, where the couple was seen together again, solidifying their companionship. In fact, these early cartoons were often centered around Mickey trying to impress or rescue Minnie, and in the press at the time, Minnie was referred to as Mickey's sweetheart or girlfriend. Over the years, their personality traits changed some, and so did their romantic dynamic. In the early cartoons, Minnie was often portrayed as sweet, stylish, and kind, but a bit passive and in need of rescuing, with Mickey being brave, optimistic, and loyal, and frequently trying to win her affections. As time went on, Minnie evolved into a more independent character, becoming more strong-willed, confident, and poised, while still remaining sweet, stylish, and kind. Over the years, however, Mickey did come up on some competition for her affections. In some of the earlier cartoons, Mortimer Mouse is sometimes seen as a potential suitor for Minnie, but he's pompous and selfish, and Minnie ultimately chooses Mickey. Their relationship is consistently portrayed as deeply loyal, affectionate, and emotionally supportive. They've had no major breakups, they rarely fight, and they remain committed and affectionate to each other, often seen holding hands, kissing cheeks, and referring to each other with pet names like my sweet.
Gross.
So the biggest question when it comes to Mickey and Minnie is, are they married? Now the answer is no. And yes. Well, while there are comic book stories of them featuring wedding plots, merchandise with them in wedding attire, and the occasional dream sequence showing them married, there has never been a permanent canon-style wedding storyline for them. Disney's official stance is that Mickey and Minnie are not married on screen, but they are eternally committed sweethearts.
Is that legal? I guess they're what are they, domestic partners?
They have a domestic partnership.
Depends on the state, but yeah.
Okay, all right.
But what about off screen? It turns out that when Walt created Mickey and Minnie, he thought about them more like actors than simply cartoon characters. And he actually differentiated their characteristics on screen and off.
See, I think that's weird.
It's a little weird.
I think Walt had a little more going on upstairs than most people give him credit for in a weird way. That is bizarre. He's anthropomorphizing, or he's, no, what is it? I just had the phrase. Parasocial relationship. He's having a parasocial relationship with his cartoon characters.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
What do they do afterwards? Oh my God, I better can find out. Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
sorry.
he is, because in 1933, in a magazine, he stated that in private life, Mickey is married to Minnie, meaning that their quote-unquote real lives,
Stop it.
they are married, but on screen, they are simply two characters eternally in love.
Okay, so they're a husband.
Actors.
So
They're
they're a
actors.
husband and wife couple who play actors whom start dating.
Correct.
What has that happened? Is that like a thing in real life? Like, has it ever happened? Like where
to real people?
Yeah, no, Rose, to rocks. Yes,
Yeah.
to real people.
Yeah, like Desi and Lucy.
Oh, okay.
Brad
And
and,
maybe that-
Angelina.
Brad, Angelina. No, not anymore.
Not anymore, but they met on Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
It's like a
Rock
reverse.
Hudson
though.
and anybody that was female.
Well, you know.
Mhm.
Okay, fair enough. I was wrong. All right, sorry.
All right. So, in contrast to Mickey and Minnie's steady sweetness,
Yeah.
another couple shows a different type of relationship. Donald and Daisy have an entertaining, fiery, emotional, and sometimes chaotic relationship. The relationship between Donald and Daisy sort of began in 1937 in a short called Don Donald. However, in this short, the flirtatious, temperamental female antagonist's name was actually Donna, not Daisy.
Oh.
She and Donald break up by the end of the short, but this cartoon was a sort of prototype of Daisy.
As a soft launch?
It was a soft launch. It was also a test to gauge the audience's interest in Donald being a potential leading character. So Mickey was not in this.
Was it really like, is it one of those things that, and maybe you don't know, is it calculated? Like, hey guys, let's do a cartoon focused on Donald because we want to see how people like him as a lead? Or is it like, hey, it turns out that this was, It
sounded like it was calculated.
That I don't know how I feel about that.
Like they purposely Mickey was not in it to see how he held up, or
he
like
could stand on his own kind of thing.
Yeah, like if people cared about him or just cared about him because of Mickey.
I guess I don't think I like that. It's like A/B testing and I don't know, but it makes sense, right? But it takes kind of like I don't know.
What does it take?
It takes like the magic out of it, where it's like this is all pre-planned. You mean to tell me that Donald got his start because someone decided that he might not, he maybe could step out of the shadows? Am I wrong on this?
I think it's weird.
I do too. That's what I'm saying.
No, I think you're weird.
Oh, I do too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, once again, I'm wrong. So continue, please.
I don't know if you're wrong. It's just strange.
No, I don't know that he's wrong at all.
I don't even know that I made a point enough to be incorrect or correct on it.
Good point.
All right, good.
So you're right about that.
Thanks, man.
So while Donna was not officially Daisy, this Don Donald did establish the dynamic of Donald chasing a strong-willed romantic interest.
Don and Donna Donald. Wait, Don and Donald Duck. Don and Donna. Yeah.
Well, it was called Don Donald.
Donald and Donna.
And Donna.
It's the Don Donald and Donna show.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Starring Daisy.
Yeah, right?
That doesn't ring.
No.
A few years later, in 1940, Daisy makes her first official appearance in Mr. Duck Steps Out, a short cartoon where Donald tries to impress Daisy while his nephews try to sabotage him. Now, in this short, Daisy is portrayed as glamorous, confident, and flattered by Donald's efforts. Now, interestingly, the lore is, and I just found this out, is that Donald's sister Della,
Jesus,
the mother of Huey, Dewey, and Louie, is married to Mr. Duck, who is the father of the nephews, and he happens to be the brother of Daisy. Now, this would mean that Huey, Dewey, and Louie are also Daisy's nephew.
Wait. Say that again. Say that again.
Okay, I know. I literally had to write it out like a family tree. So Donald and Della are sisters.
Donald and Della are sisters.
Are brother and sister.
Right, okay.
Mr. Duck and Daisy are brother and sister.
Mr. Duck and Daisy are brother and sister. Donald and Della and Mr. Duck and Daisy.
Mm-hmm. And
he doesn't get a first name. He's just Mr.
He's just Mr. And Della and Mr. Duck get married and they have Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Okay, yeah, that means that the boys are related to both.
They're related to both of them.
Daisy and Donald.
But Daisy, but it does.
Donald's last name is Duck.
It is, but we're just, yeah. Yeah. I think they all are, because it's also Daisy Duck.
They live in Duckburg, okay? There are a lot of ducks.
Well, and then you have Scrooge McDuck.
Well, no, it's also Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, so, I mean.
Yeah, that's what they are. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But so while
you'd be Ryan Beard if you were a Disney commercial.
So Huey and Dewey and Louie are Donald's nephews, but they're also Daisy's nephews. But even with that, there's no familiarity connection between Daisy and Donald. But it does sort of give a potential backstory on how they met.
Okay. I think I see what you're saying.
Like there's no incest going on. They're not connected familially.
Right. Biblically.
Let's put that out there.
Okay.
But
this did not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're separated by they're separated.
Yeah,
but they have the same group of nephews. It's interesting. It's also lore. It may not be true. I couldn't 100% substantiate that, but I kind of liked it.
It's funny because like I've never the only way I know of Huey, Dewey, and Louie is through DuckTales.
Yeah.
Because I don't care. We've already established I don't care about any of the other IP, right? So like I never and DuckTales, they don't mention what is the name? Delilah?
Della.
Della. All right. They don't mention really. You don't see Della. You don't see the boy's father or mom.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of this is coming from those early shorts.
Right. Yeah, which is cool, but it's interesting that like that didn't kind of carry through, to some of the more modern takes on things like that.
I don't remember that from the show at all. Yeah, it's got to be from so much earlier.
Well, and what's interesting is like in the Halloween short that the boys were in, you never see, they're just hanging out with Donald, right? Like, I feel like that they were always just his nephews that were hanging out with him.
Totally.
Yeah. And I wonder if it's to soften him up a bit too, to give, because like anybody who has a short temper, you got to have him explode all the time. That's just funny. But then he also needs to have a relatable side, taking care of nephews, because who's going to marry him and give him eggs,
And who's going to translate for him?
Yeah, who's going to sit on his eggs? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it is interesting that like I've never really heard Daisy being mentioned when it comes to Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah. Coates's in the chat, and he says Della is heavily in the 2017 reboot of DuckTales, which I have not seen yet. So that's cool. I like it.
Okay, well there you go. Unlike Mickey and Minnie's idealized romance, however, Donald and Daisy have very different personalities, which lends them a more tenuous relationship. Donald is passionate, jealous, short-tempered, easily flustered, and yet still deeply devoted. Daisy, on the other hand, is confident, stylish, self-assured, a bit dramatic, and has high expectations for Donald's behavior. These differences in personality make them a highly entertaining and potentially more realistic couple than Mickey and Minnie.
She's not very smart.
Who?
Daisy.
Oh.
If she has high expectations for Donald's behavior, and Donald has literally been the same guy since, forever.
One of my favorite of the Scott Rudis shorts from the last, well, now they're all like 10 years old, so I can't say the last few years. But there's one where she's like, he's the best sailor. And he's a terrible sailor. He just wears a sailor suit.
She's very supportive.
Yeah, Popeye comes through and goes, what are you talking about?
Lost my spot. Much of the humor in their storylines comes from their relationship dynamic. Donald's temper gets him into trouble often, and Daisy is unimpressed by his immaturity.
Wow. She's really hard to please.
She is. Donald will overreact to his rivals for Daisy's affections, which Daisy finds flattering, but ultimately unbecoming.
That's what I'm talking about. She still stays with him, though.
She does. They have a tendency to break up and then later reconcile. At the end of the day, though, Daisy is a solid counterpart to Donald, as she holds him accountable. And despite their many arguments, Donald consistently wins her back, showing their underlying devotion to each other. Their relationship symbolizes maybe a more realistic view of romance. It's passion over perfection. It's imperfect. Their quarrels and subsequent reconciliation lends itself to emotional growth and ultimately romantic persistence. Romance takes work, and Donald is here for it.
Donald is work.
So, are they married? No, not quite. They are, however, sometimes engaged or nearly married, even sometimes temporarily married in dream sequences. But according to official Disney canon, they are a long-term dating couple.
I suppose it would be harder to have like the heel of, the short vie for Daisy's affection if they were married.
Yeah, that would be a little, that'd be different.
Yeah, it provides way more drama to have them just dating.
Yeah.
And
it keeps them younger, I think, too.
Oh, that's true.
So
marriage does age you. We all know that.
Absolutely. So now there is a third classic Disney couple that doesn't get as much attention as the other two.
And we'll be figuring out who that is after this quick break. Everyone, stay tuned. It's Ears Up. We'll be right back.
back to Ears Up, where the opinions never stop. Ever.
All right, thanks for sticking around, everybody. All right, Taren, pick it up, please, again. You dropped it. I need you to pick it up.
So Goofy and Clarabelle Cow. They have a surprisingly long-standing history with the Disney canon. While Goofy has become more of a household name, you may be surprised to learn that Clarabelle came on the scene before him. Clarabelle was first seen in early Mickey Mouse shorts in 1928. Her character was funny, talkative, lively, and a bit high-strung. Over time, her character evolved into a more social, fashionable, and sometimes dramatic character. You know, I'm starting to think that these female characters are just a bit one-dimensional. But I digress.
Hey, man, art imitates life. You know what I mean?
They are all fashionable and dramatic,
That's
which is
true.
awesome.
Well, it's very 30s, 40s, right?
It is.
It's very like sexist, you know. This is the dames all faint at any sign of, you know, stress and struggle.
It's true.
And the men come through and yell and fight. I mean, it is kind of boring.
Yeah. So Clarabelle was seen in
for the men too, by the way.
Yeah. I have to fight this guy again? Come on, dude.
So Clarabelle was first on the scene in 1928, and Goofy, on the other hand, debuted in 1932 under the name Dippy Dog.
Dippy Dog.
He became known for his good-natured clumsiness and wholesome personality. In the earlier cartoons, Goofy often appears as a bachelor with no steady romantic partner.
Nice.
Unlike
He's playing the field. He's on the apps. He's, you know.
Right, exactly.
That's why he's called Dippy Dog. He dips.
Oh, geez.
He dips in and out. He's like, all right, I'm gosh, that was a fun date. I'm going to dip now.
Yeah.
See ya. You left these earrings at my house last night.
Oh, my
Bye.
No, but maybe. Unlike the other two classic couples, Goofy and Clarabelle weren't consistently depicted as a romantic grouping. In fact, in the early days, Clarabelle was more often seen with Horace Horsecollar by her side.
And because you said this to me, you said Goofy and Clarabelle, and I'm like, there is no way a dog would be hooking up with a cow.
And you know,
what kind of Fantasyland is that?
I'm not going to bury the lead. There is no explanation about that either. Like it's just like, don't think about it, I guess. I don't know.
It's hard not to.
I know, but we are not going to think about it.
All right.
Okay.
So she was seen more with Horace Horsecollar at the beginning, while Goofy's romantic life didn't really take center stage in any of his storylines. Around the 50s and 60s, though, Clarabelle begins to take on the role of being Goofy's steady girlfriend, primarily in European and American Disney comics. This is essentially where they began dating and attending gatherings together. Clarabelle is sometimes shown to be trying to refine and improve Goofy's manners. That is quite the job.
Yep. I can change him. He's a bad boy, but I can change him.
He's like a dumb boy.
I can fix it.
He's an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
He's not bad.
Well,
He's
look,
just
man.
dumb.
He's just drawn that way.
In the early 2000s, Disney had a cartoon called House of Mouse. And in it, Goofy and Clarabelle's relationship becomes even more reinforced. She is very clearly his romantic interest, and her personality takes on a more assertive and glamorous feel. Goofy, by contrast, is sweet, but clueless, making their dynamic a play on her impatience versus his innocence. Later in the Mickey Mouse Club, the romance is toned down a bit and not a central plotline, but the pairing is heavily implied. And finally, in the more modern depictions, Clarabelle is highly energetic, dramatic, and occasionally demanding. The tone is exaggerated, much like Goofy's exaggerated goofiness, and their relationship is depicted as comedic, yet intentional. While their relationship's tone may differ across the various decades, Goofy remains loyal, gentle, and oblivious, while Clarabelle is social, high maintenance, and emotionally reactive. This dynamic makes their relationship take on a more comedic tone, with Goofy often misunderstanding social cues, Clarabelle being impatient with his cluelessness, and his unwavering affection regardless of the chaos. Now, are they married? No. Their relationship depends on the media that you are consuming.
Sure.
Sometimes they are on again, off again. Sometimes they are dating, but never have they been depicted as anything close to married. But you might be thinking, I thought Goofy had a wife.
Goofy does have a wife.
Yes. In a Goofy movie, well, maybe. In a Goofy movie, he is portrayed as a single father, and Max's mother is never shown or named.
Right.
Clarabelle is not in the movie, and the fact that Max is a dog, like Goofy, lends to the idea that his mom was probably also a dog.
Well, maybe cow genes are recessive.
Cattle dog.
Maybe.
Yes,
there you go.
Sheepdog. Here you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
The thing about Goofy and Clarabelle is that their relationship, unlike Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy, exists more as a recurring pairing rather than a rigid storyline. So there are definitely some inconsistencies here. They as a couple are the comedic counterpart, essentially, to Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy, who represent more substantial romantic relationships. They're cash.
Yeah, friends with bennies. The only thing I know about Clarabelle, I know two things about Clarabelle, Cal. One, she has an ice cream spot in DCA. Number two, the reason she wears clothes, when she first came on the scene, she was just a cow. But as she was walking, her pendulous udders were like wiggling back and forth and being all stretchy. And the Motion Picture Association of America was like, you were not going to do that. So she actually got censored. That's why she's wearing a skirt.
Yeah, there was a lot of utter business going on back then. Yeah.
Dang.
So Goofy probably saw that beforehand. He's like, oh, I can. She's like a hippie.
That's
like,
my
I
girl.
can dig this. This is great, dude. I love this.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. It's the only two things I know about Clarabelle.
So I do find each of these pairings to be special and unique in their own way. But on this very special Valentine's related episode, I thought we should dive just a little deeper. So let's talk about the psychology of each of these relationships.
Okay.
So let's talk about attachment theory.
All right.
Now, attachment theory was developed by John Bowlby. And
Bulbasaur?
John Bowlby.
Okay.
He theorizes that infants have an innate need to form a close, secure emotional bond with at least one primary caregiver for healthy emotional and social development. This bond acts as a quote-unquote secure base from which children explore, impacting their mental health, stress regulation, and relationships throughout life. Attachment theory classifies people into one of four emotional bonds: secure, anxious preoccupied, dismissive avoidant, or fearful avoidant.
Can we be all of those at once, though?
Yeah, actually you can.
Okay, good.
This classification affects trust, jealousy, and conflict.
Yeah.
Now, given the attachment theory, Mickey and Minnie would likely be classified as secure, meaning that they trust each other implicitly. They show low jealousy and handle separation or challenges calmly. They are emotionally stable, supportive, and represent an ideal secure base couple.
You know, that is true. I think that is fairly true. I mean, there's a few moments when, because it wasn't like Pete trying to get at Minnie for a while, and in some cartoons, Mickey and Pete would have to like,
yeah.
Maybe that's over now.
I think
they've grown as a couple.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
She always goes back to Mickey though.
There you go.
And she's never the one interested. She's just being chased.
I don't know. I feel like there's a flirty thing going on sometimes.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's all right. You wouldn't. The men notice.
Right.
Yeah, we notice these things.
So moving on, Donald's likely attachment style is anxious preoccupied. He seeks constant reassurance, is easily jealous, and reacts emotionally.
Same. I'm all of these. Sorry, go ahead.
Daisy's is probably some mix of secure and both of the avoidance.
Okay.
Daisy is confident and self-assured, but sometimes withdraws when frustrated. This dynamic of the anxious preoccupied with the secure avoidant creates a sort of push-pull dynamic that we see in their relationship.
I feel like I should be laying down on a couch for this.
I know.
Episode,
I felt like that while I was writing it.
Yeah, that's deep.
It is deep. I was like, wow, this should be a book. I felt like it was really good. I was like, this feels really smart.
I feel by proxy smart reciting someone else's work. Actually, that would be kind of an interesting.
I wrote all of this.
Oh, okay, good. It would be kind of an interesting, like a book on the psychology of relationships as it pertains to Disney characters.
Well, as
or like
I was
using
doing
them as examples, you know?
Yeah. Well, and I mean, not to get off track, but as I was doing this, I was like, oh my God, like we could go through Cinderella and Prince Charming and like all the princesses and their relationships. I was like, there's so much info here.
Oh gosh, there's a savior complex when we get to Snow White.
Oh my God, it could go on.
He smooched me.
This could be a college course.
I've been smooched.
So back to our attachment styles.
Yeah.
Goofy's attachment style is very likely secure, like Mickey's. He's a little too dumb to be anything else.
Right.
He is emotionally consistent, but oblivious to minor problems. In contrast, Clarabelle leans more anxious. She is expressive and socially reactive. Misunderstandings between these two cause short-lived tension, and they are usually more comedic rather than destructive. Because again, it's all cash. Now, let's take a look at each couple's conflict style and emotional regulation.
Okay.
Mickey and Minnie, I just realized what we're doing.
Stretching this out?
No.
Okay.
No, this is there's a flow. We're getting to a point.
Okay. And you just realized that?
No, I just realized that I'm talking about Mickey and Minnie's emotional regulation.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. You just got clarity for a second.
Yeah, I just went, wow, what is my life?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it sure is. Mickey and Minnie have constructive and situational conflicts, and they both are good at emotional regulation. This results in minimal tension and a long-term stable relationship. Donald and Daisy's conflicts take on a more reactive, escalating tone where Donald struggles with emotional regulation and Daisy either withdraws or criticizes. This conflict style creates a volatile but affectionate dynamic that ultimately teaches each of them some emotional growth. Goofy and Clarabelle's conflicts are often playful. They revolve around teasing or misunderstandings. Goofy tends to stay calm because he doesn't know what's going on, while Clarabelle becomes reactive.
He doesn't have that part of the brain.
No, like he's just like literally like an idiot.
Yeah, so he's like, well, God, you lit me on fire. That's okay. I still love you, Clarabelle.
Basically, yeah. Their relationship remains fairly low stakes, and often their conflicts are resolved in a playful, comedic way.
They feel like two divorced people in their 60s who happen to live in the same trailer park. It's like, I don't know, you come over, I don't really care. I'm too old to care anymore.
Yeah, they're just,
but let me know so I can take the shot and we can,
Yeah, they're just not that deep.
No.
Finally, I want to take one look at the power dynamics of each of these couples and determine their psychological archetypes.
Good Lord, dude. I wonder if, just to, prevent the exciting part from coming too fast. I wonder if like when the guys were writing these in like the 30s and 40s and 50s and whatever, at the early stages, if the psychology was a part of creating their personalities, or if it's just what plays well on screen. Well, it would be funny if like Mickey's just kind of cool, and so his girlfriend should be cool as well, but Donald isn't cool, and his girlfriend should be weird at him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder how much the relationship dynamics and the psychology played into the creation of these characters long term.
I would guess not much.
Yeah.
I think I mean, not to like crap on my segment, but I feel like I'm reaching with a lot of these theories. However, that doesn't make them untrue. Yeah, well,
right. I mean, like you were saying, to paraphrase, at the end of the day, it's just friggin' cartoons. Like, what are we doing? But it is fun to think about because they are characters that we see in the parks all the time and we see in other media all the time. And it is funny to think of them as, well, like Walt was even saying, right? Like kind of outside of the characters that they play. Like what are their personalities maybe at home when the cameras are off?
Yeah.
And there had to have been some thought, right? Like going into just how to characterize. I mean, back when cartoons were just like squiggly arm things that jumped up and down.
That's true.
Like let's expand it beyond that. We've got to put some character into these characters. Right?
Yeah, I mean, because and I would think that, coming from the movies where, by then movies are, 40 years old or whatever, and plays obviously been around for hundreds of years, thousands of years. So there is a knowledge of how to write engaging characters for the most part, and conflict is always going to be engaging. And you need to kind of have characters rooted in some sort of like background, right? And some ethos or whatever, right? They need to operate in a certain repeatable, predictable way. And then you put those two together and then see, that's the fun part. So I don't know. I mean, like just beyond like character building in general, like I wonder how much psychology goes into it rather than this person's a hothead and be funny to, give them, super glue instead of, eye drops or something like that. I don't know,
I'm glad you brought this up because Ryan has a 20-page treatise on ancient plays and their relationship to cartoons. Ryan, start.
Yes. We'll start with Hamlet. No.
All right. There you go. Anyway, Taren, go ahead, please. I love your segments because I just interrupt you all the time, and I don't feel bad about it.
No, you shouldn't. That's part of what we do here. Okay, power dynamics, psychological archetypes. The power dynamic between Mickey and Minnie is balanced. Decisions and roles are mutually supportive. This makes their archetype the idealized couple. They represent trust, consistency, and emotional safety. They are a textbook example of secure attachment and effective conflict resolution. With Donald and Daisy, though, the power dynamic shifts. Daisy is often in charge socially, while Donald struggles with jealousy and insecurity.
Yeah.
Their archetype is the high drama couple.
Ooh, we all know those people.
They represent passion, conflict, and imperfect love.
La passion.
Anxious, preoccupied tendencies drive tension, but mutual affection allows for repair.
Repair. Okay.
Now, Goofy and Clarabelle are not quite balanced. They are slightly asymmetrical in their power dynamic, with Clarabelle being socially dominant and Goofy being oblivious, which keeps conflict low. They represent the mismatched couple archetype. Their relationship is characterized by opposites attract. Conflict is low stakes, humor and obliviousness prevent emotional escalation. Power imbalance exists, but it isn't destructive. Now, relationship outcome. Now, you might be wondering, what are we going to do with all of this information?
Stew on it and reflect it back on our partners.
No, we predict the future.
Oh, darn it. I almost had it.
You almost had it. So based on the traits and dynamics discussed previously, we can now determine through this psychological lens the likelihood of long-term stability within each of these couples.
Okay.
Now, based on them each having secure attachment, low conflict, and balanced power, a focus on mutual support, we can surmise that Mickey and Minnie have an extremely high likelihood of staying together long term.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, guys. If the last 100 years has anything to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donald and Daisy's anxious, preoccupied dynamic and shifting balance of power is more of a challenge. But the fact that they have to consistently work to repair their relationship, yet still hold strong affection toward each other, gives them a moderate high likelihood of long-term stability.
All right. We're pulling for them.
We are, absolutely.
But we won't be surprised
when things fall apart.
Yeah, if horse collar runs into town.
Now, because humor diffuses tension, Goofy and Clarabelle are a little harder to distinguish. They have an asymmetric power dynamic and often miscommunicate. And while their conflicts tend to remain low stakes, they may not have the dynamic to handle real stress well outside of a comedic setting. So I'm giving them a moderate chance of long-term stability.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think that they should be on it because, are they even a couple? I thought we've established that they're not even really a couple.
They are a couple. I mean, they are romantically linked. They're just not, they're not as tight of a couple as the others.
Weren't there so many shorts, though, where Goofy's wife was viewed from, like, she was viewed from behind in a high-backed, like a wing-back chair, and she was a human woman. Because I remember these shorts where, like, you could see, like, legs.
In, like, the 50s or whatever, right? Yeah,
Maybe she's the one that passed. Maybe she's
maybe.
Maybe. I
And
mean,
now
it-
Clarabelle has become a queer icon. She's at Pride
Right.
Night every night. Every
Really?
Pride night.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
yeah.
dude.
for sure.
I love that. All right, well, Clarabelle, just like her udder, swings both ways, I guess.
Love it.
Maybe
Love
I should-
it.
maybe I should take that
the
out. I don't
hippie
know.
Comparison is more apt at this point.
Yeah. Sorry, kids. Well, that's great. Good for them.
Good for them. They're maybe going to make it work. Maybe not.
I mean, I feel like what they would do really is just develop a polycule somewhere in the Oregon mountains and, live off the fat of the land.
I bet I don't know if I can say this, but I bet they would be the polyamorous couple.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I did not
Yeah.
know that's what
They're
you
going to
said.
develop a polycule up in the
I didn't-
Oregon mountains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Polycule?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
You two can discuss that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some land rights to look over.
Now, of course, these are all fictional characters, and apart from the somewhat confusing this is how I'm supposed to get us back on track.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. It's a good reminder.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You're such a brat. And apart from the somewhat confusing stipulation that Mickey and Minnie have an off-camera persona, we know that these love stories are all made up. They're just fantasy. Or are they? When Mickey and Minnie first came on the scene, Walt Disney performed both of their voices. But as he got more busy in the 1940s, he had to pass the reins to others. Eventually, in 1977, Wayne Allwine began voicing Mickey, and Russi Taylor began voicing Minnie in 1986. Wayne and Russi met in the sound booth. Russi recalled in Variety magazine in 2017, he was married, and I was married at the time. He said, "I'm glad I'm going to have a Minnie now." And I said, "Yes, it's pretty exciting." And off he went. I didn't know that he was unhappy, and he didn't know that I was unhappy. After they each ended their respective marriages, the two ended up dating and married in Hawaii in 1991. And they remained together until Allwine's death in 2009. While they kept their romance private as they didn't want their marriage to be all about Mickey and Minnie, Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy, recalls they were just so in love and so wonderful together. I think that love came through in their performances and gave it a little something extra.
Aw.
So, this Valentine's Day, while you're looking at your special someone or your cat, I'm not judging, consider which Disney classic couple you most relate to. And depending on which one you decide, maybe book a therapy appointment. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yay, Taren.
Aw.
Excellent work. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, a little depressing ending, but
Why?
you did it. Because the guy died.
People die. Like, he was old.
No, they don't.
Like,
Only the bad ones. We've covered this.
I mean, she
That's
died-
why I'm such a good person.
She died too. I just didn't say that part.
Oh.
Let's be clear here. I died several years ago, and Ryan has been voicing me for.
Eric's the animatronic. Brandy boots him up whenever we ever do a show.
Robot Eric.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good, man. It's the Valentine's Day special, Taren.
Valentine's Day special.
How was that for you?
It was good. It was
Yeah.
it was kind of fun to do that, even though, like, I wouldn't say like I gave some really cool or like new information, but
I do. I think it's great.
It was
I
a
think
fun
Yeah,
project.
The
Yeah.
psychological profiles that was pretty fun.
Well, it's nice to kind of take a step away from the parks a little bit, but still do some theoretical parks heavy stuff, because you go to these places in the parks and they're everywhere,
Yeah.
Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy and Clarabelle and Goofy. Again, I
Winnie
can't
the
get
Pooh's
over
in there
that.
for some reason.
Well,
making
and
out.
it's also super confusing. Like, we have an ornament of Mickey and Minnie in wedding attire,
Yeah.
but then they live in separate houses at Disneyland. Like, their relationship is a little wonky. It's a little
For sure.
confusing.
I'm still blown away at Goofy and Clarabelle. That still kind of trips me out. You know what I mean? It's pretty weird to me.
Them out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Dogs and cows living together. Mass hysteria.
I didn't even know that they were linked. And to be quite honest, I kind of thought that, well, I guess I couldn't have thought that, but I sort of feel like Goofy is gay. But
Hmm.
I just have always thought that, but then there's the wife and stuff. So
if anything, he's I don't know. I mean, we're just judging the sexuality of cartoon characters.
Yeah, it's probably not a good path to go down.
Yeah, I mean, he just seems kind of like asexual to me.
Yeah, maybe that's a better term for it.
You know, because there's no world I can imagine Goofy kissing anybody. I mean, I know that he does, like the big like smoochy. Yes, well, that's true. Yeah, I've always had this fantasy, using the term loosely, of reading Disney fan fiction, like erotic Disney fan fiction on The Secret Show.
Oh my god,
I think that'd be funny.
I kind of want you to do. I kind of want to hear some.
I kind of do also.
You have to hear this on the next one.
No, Eric, I'm going to make you read some of it now. That's what's going to happen.
Now I'm in.
Yeah, you can do your performance of Scrooge McDuck, ironing his kilt or whatever.
How is Scrooge spelled?
This is true. All right, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Got a little Randy in there, but it's fine. Whatever. It's Valentine's Day. I appreciate you guys very much. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be back with our news segment and, that whole kind of thing. If you are, of course, remembering back to the beginning of the show, Ryan has a brand new show out. Ryan, what's it called again?
It's called Fantasyland Draft League. And then, Jason, do you want to know what's going on with the other shows on the network?
We can. Yeah, we usually do that at the beginning of the show now, Ryan. But go ahead. Let me stop it. All right, you go ahead. You go ahead and you tell me exactly what is going on the other shows.
My first show, Puny Pod, has released a year in review for 2025 and year in preview for 2026. Hey, Eric, what's going on over on your shows?
The Supreme Resort is about to release another episode. We're finishing. We're never going to finish our review of Deluxe Hotels. We did a great review of Deluxe Hotels, and coming soon, Shakey's Pizza.
Right. Shakey's Pizza.
Eric's telling jokes for Ryan right now.
July 17th.
Is that were you guys meeting or something? What's going on? Just fill us in, please.
No, we're doing an episode on Shakey's Pizza. I don't know that we can meet in July at Shakey's Pizza in Anaheim for the next Supreme Con because I'm going to be in Walt Disney World at that time. So it's going to be a little difficult to have a full Supreme Con. We're going to need to talk about this.
Okay, you guys talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. What else is going on? Any other shows?
Shakey's Pizza isn't responding to our emails lately.
Darn them. Anything else going on for you guys?
Hey, the Bantha Boys are still doing their episodes. We've got new host James working with Rob, not Ryan, Rob, and they're having a good time. I'm putting out episodes. I forgot to look up their latest episode today.
They've been doing Lego stuff, and then they just did an episode for Star Wars Podcast Day.
Oh, that's right. Oh. Yeah, it was Star Wars Podcast Day, which is super fun that all of these different Star Wars podcasters get together every year and do this in honor of one of the first Star Wars podcasts.
Love it, dude.
Yeah.
Cool.
Love it. All right, cool. Well, and Buena Vista Boys, Matt and I are going to be recording our Patreon only show on Bambi: The Reckoning on Sunday. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but something came up, so we're going to be doing that. It probably won't be live though. I don't know, but that'll be up soon, and then I think we'll be getting season 3 underway soon. Taren, what about you? Oh, that's right. You're not doing anything else.
I don't do anything but this.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, Survivor 50 is coming out. Do a podcast on that.
See,
I don't watch Survivor.
Yeah, I don't need to.
Okay.
Wow. I'm only a Big Brother girl.
That's true. Okay. Big Brother, sister. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you want to support us and all of the other shows that you just heard all about on this network, please go to patreon.com/EarzUp. You can sign up for as little as $2 a month. And then you keep the lights on, you keep everything funded. But at $5, you get access to the secret show that we've been talking about. And it's been backlogged for like 10 years. There's so many episodes. You can check them all out. And there's other episodes too. Cool people doing cool things. There's a couple episodes there. Pyramid by the Ears. Whole bunch of stuff. So check it out over there. Patreon.com/EarzUp. I appreciate it. Everything else, we have a website, EarzUp-podcast.com. Until next time, everyone, we'll see you in the parks.